She thought she could punish me for something I couldn't even control, my sleep. But the day I stopped apologizing for existing was the day she realized I wasn't her punching bag anymore. If you've ever been disrespected in your own home, hit that like button because this one's for you. I'm Daniel, 37, my wife Claire, and I have known each other since we were kids. Married for 12 years, 2 young children. A house full of history on paper. We looked perfect, but what no one saw was how fragile that perfect really was. I've always been a light sleeper. Not by choice, the smallest whisper. The faintest creak, it all jolts me awake. Over the years, I created little habits to survive. Same pillow. Same side of the bed, no lights. No noise, nothing extreme, just survival for my body and my sanity. But to Claire, those needs became ammunition. She used to joke about how fragile I was at night. But over time, the jokes got sharper. Sarcasm turned to annoyance, annoyance to resentment. One night after working all day, cooking for the kids and even taking them biking while Claire stayed home, I finally allowed myself some rest. I took sleep gummies, crawled into bed, and let myself drift away. 10 minutes later, a loud notification blasted from her phone. It startled me awake and half asleep. I mumbled, "What was that noise?" Instead of a simple sorry, she exploded. She yelled that I never let her live, that I'm impossible, that everything I do is about control. Imagine being barely conscious and the person you love is standing over you, screaming like you've committed some crime. And the worst part, I wasn't even angry at the noise, I was just startled awake. But that's when it hit me, this wasn't about the notification. This was about years of bottled up resentment. She saw my sleep struggles as selfish, as if I had chosen this, as if my exhaustion was an insult to her freedom. Normally I would have caved, I hate confrontation. I would have apologized, swallowed the blame, and tried to smooth things over, but not this time. This time I stood up, I looked her in the eye and said, "If you can't respect my need for sleep, then we aren't sharing a bed." And I walked out. I didn't crash on the couch like a defeated man. I chose a different room, made my own space. And for the first time in years, I slept like a human being. The silence was my revenge, my absence was my statement. Because you see, Claire thrived on the idea that I'd always been first, that I'd always choose peace over myself. But when she woke up and realized the kids were asking why Dad wasn't in the room, she understood that her yelling had consequences. She thought she could paint me as the problem. But when I calmly told her, if we aren't shutting our eyes at the same time, we sleep separately, it was checkmate. She knew that if she kept pushing, the kids would start asking questions, and the answers wouldn't make her look good. Now she accuses me of being selfish for prioritizing my rest. But here's the truth, working all day, taking care of kids, carrying the weight of the house, that requires energy. Energy I can't have if I'm up all night defending myself against noise and fights. My revenge wasn't loud, it wasn't cruel. It was simple, I stopped apologizing for needing peace. I stopped letting her resentment poison me. And slowly she realized, if she kept punishing me for something I couldn't control, she was only isolating herself. Sometimes revenge isn't about payback. Sometimes it's about reclaiming the space that was always yours. I didn't get even, I got better. If that revenge hit you in the soul, smash that like button and tell me in the comments what's the most satisfying justice you've ever seen. Because trust me, sometimes the sweetest payback is silence.